Welcome back, everybody. I'm Mike with Grizzled Outdoors, and today we're after catfish on the Grand River. It's a perfect summer morning for fishing with the water temperature sitting just above 80 degrees. I like to be on the water right around first light. With water temperatures as high as they are, the fish have been a lot more active in the early hours. Our plan today is to show you two different techniques that have been working really well for us. We've put a lot of fish in the boat using these tactics, and hopefully you'll be able to find success with them too. The best part is, you're probably already familiar with them. I'm starting out first thing with a couple of bottom rigs. I'm using a sucker that I caught during the spring run as cut bait today, cut into 1 inch to 1.5 inch chunks.
Yeah, that's a decent fish here. That's a nice one.
Sucker are fairly oily fish and a great choice to get a catfish's attention, as that oil puts a ton of scent into the water. Live sucker minnows, bluegill, or shiners are also good choices, especially if you want to increase your chances at a flathead. The bottom rig is pretty simple. I'm using what's known as a three-way rig. My main line goes to a crane swivel. Off the opposite end of the main swivel, I have my weight on an 8 to 12 inch line. The heavier the current, the heavier the weight I use. Depending on bait size, I use either 5/0 or 8/0 hooks attached to the dropper swivel by a 12 inch leader line. 5/0 are sufficient to land anything you're going to hook in the Grand, but larger baits on a smaller hook can reduce your chance at a good hookup, so I use 8/0 for live bluegills and bigger white perch. Carolina and Kentucky rigs are also solid choices for bottom rigs if you want to try slightly different presentations.
There we go. Nice healthy catfish. Look at that big head.
Our second tactic is one that should be familiar to nearly everyone that has held a rod and reel. Good old night crawlers under bobbers. This one's great when you want to target fish that are higher in the water column, especially in the cooler mornings or evenings when they're more active.
Better than I was expecting.
The bobber lets the bait float naturally and at the right depth to be in the fish's feeding zone. 2 weeks ago, we actually caught the most and biggest fish with this tactic, with the bottom rigs having significantly fewer hits. With a bobber, I generally like to keep my bait anywhere from 1 to 3 feet above the bottom, depending on where I think the fish are holding. With warmer water temperatures, you'll find the fish are more likely to move between different depths throughout the day, so having a bobber gives you flexibility to adjust.
One on the cut bait, one on the bobber so far.
The depth here is averaging around 7 to 8 feet, so I'll limit my presentation to within 15 inches of the bottom, keeping it out of the warmer water closer to the surface. If we were in deeper water, say 12 to 15 feet or more, I would be more comfortable adjusting that higher. Trial and error, which I've used most of my life, or decent electronics, which I'm still trying to figure out, will help you determine the right depth for conditions.
Smaller, but still fun to catch. Go.
With the sun getting up over the trees, the bite shut off in our first spot, so we made a move, and now I'm setting up just upstream of this fallen tree. This tree wasn't down last weekend, so I'm excited to see if any fish has taken up residence. It feels like it should be a prime spot, as it's right on the edge and at the tail end of one of the deeper runs in the area. That provides colder water and a place where bait may congregate.
Morning.
Morning.
How you doing?
Good, how about you?
Not bad at all.
Catch tonight?
Got 5 or 6 channels so far.
Any big ones?
Up to 7 pounds maybe.
Nice. You do YouTube?
Yeah.
What is it?
Grizzled, G-R-I-Z-L-D.
Check it out.
You after drum or
Oh, wow.
walleye? Okay. Any luck yet?
Not yet.
I've never gone after those.
Yeah, that fish out here a lot for them. Good luck.
Yep, you too.
One thing I really love about this kind of fishing is how relaxing it is. While the Grand River can get pretty busy, if you're out at the right time, it's as quiet and peaceful as you could ask for. That spot turned out to be a bust. I'm guessing the tree hasn't been down long enough for fish to start utilizing it consistently. That just shows that no matter how much you think you know, you don't always get it right. I've made another move to set up on one of my favorite holes. I like this spot for midday because it's a decently deep hole in a particularly shallow stretch that also happens to have 2 submerged trees to provide cover. I've pulled a number of decent channel cats out of here, and my son caught one heck of a flathead here as well. You can check that video out here.
Double. That is a very good one.
It's always good to end on a high note. Hopefully you can use these same tactics to hook into some cats yourself. As always, we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you outdoors.